All right, Ben Johnson is just like, okay, this latest thing is really bothersome. It's kind of what we knew, but it really drives it home to see it in real life. So here's his new defensive coordinator saying that Ben Johnson reached out to him towards the end of the season to kind of gauge his interest in being his defensive coordinator.
At some point, as we got later in the season, he reached out to me just to see if I would be interested. I told him that I would be interested. I think it's probably
So this drives home the point that we've just been like, all right, here's the thing. And we didn't play well in that playoff game. And what drove it home was you saw the following week the Eagles destroy the Commanders by running the ball, just kind of in control. And the Lions were just knew that they couldn't really stop the Commanders on defense. It was pretty clear. We all kind of knew that, the defensive injuries, but it's like, all right, our offense can do its thing. And it just was not able to do that because it got cute, tried to do things, 3rd and 1, go 5 wide, Goff fumbles. Meanwhile, we have a superstar in the backfield, a superstar in Jahmyr Gibbs. He's getting like 9 yards a carry, and we don't go with him. We open the game with David Montgomery. We opened the second half, I believe, with David Montgomery, who had that false face mask, got a first down. Otherwise, that was a 3 and out. It's like, why is David Montgomery in? Why aren't we running the ball? Why is there reverse passes with Jameson Williams, who out of 53 men on the roster, he would be 53rd on who I would want to make a decision like that and throw the ball. It was just like, man, this is weird. This is really weird. And now this is what's interesting, and I love this down here is some of the comments are perfect. This must be a Bears fan. It's like, if 31 points and 500 yards of offense in the final game is considered distracted or checked out, then Ben Johnson's probably the greatest player off that. No, that's not real numbers. We were behind. We were just doing anything we could. We were the game was out of control. Like, not like, oh, it's out of control. It's crazy. No, it's like we weren't in control of the game like we should have been, like we were until we went 5 wide, 3rd and 1, fumble. Then we're throwing it. We're trying to get all back in one play. It was just out. So during the playoffs, see, Ben wasn't locked in. Makes sense why they passed it on 3rd and 1 when Gibbs was having an incredible first quarter. Thank you so much. By the way, we're going to get to Scottie Montgomery might be leaving as well. Another coach. We'll get to that in just a second. So it's clear, right? Like Ben Johnson, he wanted the Bears job last year. They actually talked about if it came open, it never did. So he was already thinking, man, if the Bears job comes open, which he knew it would be because they had an interim coach. So he's already kind of like, hey, kind of making some calls. Dennis Allen's out of a job, so he's sitting at home, so he can contact him. It's just kind of this. We know that this stuff's happening, but then to hear it out loud and to know, man, it's unfortunate that you weren't fully in. So why does this matter? Is because Dan Campbell's talked about how in every game he finds something. He finds something, gets himself fired up for the game, gets himself in the team. So now these Bears games, we already didn't like them, but it was hard to even take them serious with Eberflus and just, it's like they're not good, but you got Justin Fields running around there, last year, a couple years ago. And he's like, oh, I don't like this. Then they get this new quarterback, but they have Eberflus. Now it's like, all right, let's go. It's on now, and the Lions will be so fired up for this stuff. I can't wait to see it. So he was distracted, wasn't prepared. Lions lose, season over. Now he moves on. And he just bugs you now when you see him in press conferences and stuff. Ben Johnson looks different, acts different, sounds different. It's kind of weird. Maybe it's just because he's surrounded by the Chicago Bears stuff. You automatically look way different. I don't know. Okay. Another one that's just getting a little concerning is we're losing coaches left and right. We know about our offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. Those guys, offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator, have then taken guys with them. So we're just losing guys left and right. Now, Scottie Montgomery is the assistant head coach. So he's a running backs coach, but he's also got some different responsibilities when you're like the assistant head coach. And he is looking to be the offensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys. Interesting. right? Because you can see here's all the people that we've already lost. We got to keep our eye on it. I don't know. It's hard to know, right? Obviously, what someone's motivation is and what they want to do and where they want to go and who they want to coach with and all that. It doesn't seem like, I get it, offensive coordinator is better than the running back coach, but you're already the assistant head coach here, and you know the system. You know Dan Campbell. He's grooming you to be like a head coach rather than a coordinator, but sometimes you feel like you got to be in that coordinator position first. So keep an eye on that one for sure. Now, one of the things that we're really excited about is our offensive coordinator, John Morton. So switching gears to him, one of the things I think we're forgetting about him is, or one thing that I never really understood this year was that we didn't do a lot of screen passes. And it feels like Jahmyr Gibbs would be insane in that category. Screen passes? Are you kidding me? That's something we really didn't do. This is something that John Morton can absolutely do. So in 2022, the Lions ranked among the NFL's best in screen efficiency, averaging 7 yards per attempt. This is when he was with us. After Morton's departure, the Lions' screen game efficiency dipped in 2023, though it remained productive. But it feels like that's untapped. Being able to run screens to Jahmyr Gibbs, let's go. Next one. Improved deep ball efficiency. One of the things that we didn't like with the second that Jameson Williams came on board, it's like, are we going to go deep? Or like, it just feels like it's not something we really just fully let it rip. And look, Jared Goff is really good at those intermediate 15, 20-yard passes, which is awesome and really hard to do. And he's really efficient at that. But the deep ball, this is where John Morton can really excel at that. And it's like, there we go. The play action vertical routes in 2022, the Lions led the NFL with 1.3 yards expected points per attempt. That's the highest mark in 22 and 23. Remember that when they were going deep to Khalif Raymond and DJ Chark before Jameson Williams? That's the stuff that's like, got to see that again. And then this is from Pride of Detroit, by the way. They came out with another one. It was like, all right, the final thing that we really need to see that I think can get even better is Jared Goff's can be even better. I don't think he's like, yeah, I'm good. No, it's like, what? I think there are aspects of his game that, because he's so slow and unathletic relative to the rest of the NFL, you really got to play into that and play smart with it. And if you do, Jared Goff's incredible. He's got great accuracy, arm strength, mental, leader of the team. There's a lot of off the field stuff. Like but you cannot put him in a bad situation. It just goes south really fast. I think John Morton's going to be really cognizant of that and really aware to not mess that up. And I'm really excited to see that. So again, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts in the comments on this one. Ben Johnson, let's go. Let's get this guy. And then John Morton's going to be huge. And then keep an eye on Scottie Montgomery and what he does. Let me know your thoughts, and we'll see all of you on the next one.